Bonjour mes amis, c'est moi, Stephanie Y. Jolivet, and I am your host for Sayezz with Stephanie, where movement and intuition collide to create a deeper understanding and trust of our unique bodies. Today is a bit of an energy alignment and energy reboot. And we have these energy centers in and around our body. And in Sanskrit, chakra means spinning disc, which I think is really beautiful. So it's actually this moving, vibrating energy that lives again in and around us. And each one is associated with a color, and a color is itself a wavelength and a vibration and a spectrum. And I just think that connection is very telling and also very, very beautiful. So let's begin filling our body with all the colors of the rainbow and energizing and aligning as best we are able. So as you can see, I'm sitting on a handy dandy stool. A chair will work. And I think it's best if your only option is a chair, to sit on the corner, because it just allows a little more wiggle room literally in your body, in the hips especially. So from here, take a moment. Again, if it is comfortable, close your eyes. And just feel your breath resonate through your body, expanding and contracting. Again, we're not doing anything, we're letting the breath come in and exit, and just sensing and feeling how it connects physically to our body. Taking a moment here also to do a little bit of a body scan. Let's start with our feet connected to the ground and just feel what surface those feet are touching. We have the same amount of nerve endings in our feet that we do in our hands. So our feet are going to be very important today to connect us into energy, but also down into the ground, into the earth. And then just scan up your legs. How are they doing? Do they need a little movement or a little massage or a little shaky? And then all the way up to your pelvis. And again, feel the weight of your pelvis, maybe even shift a little, moving the flesh away, and feeling what surface that you are sitting on and how your hips, your pelvis connect with it. And just let your mind's eye and your physical sensation move up your spine. I tend to be forward, so that just allowed me to, again, finding this more receiving posture, the sitting back into my back body. Take a moment to feel the shoulders, the arms perhaps just hang, or like they were feeling the material of my pants. Maybe you feel the same, or the heat of your legs, or just the air around if they are hanging. Your neck, your jaw, maybe even yawning. Bring some blood to the face. All the way through your ears, your nose, your eyelashes, the crown of your head. And just feeling that we are always in relationship to the space around us. So that when we begin to move, and let's actually do that now. Let's put a circle in your body, in your hips. Notice which way you're circling. And again, no judgment, just noticing. And as we begin to feel these energy centers and see their colors, that yes, they reside within, but then it creates almost this sort of tutu, this skirt around us as well. We're connecting with our internal space, our organs, our tissue, our blood, our skin, and that external space and those external bodies, the air around us, but also our etheric, our mental, our emotional, and our spiritual bodies. All of them are revolving as one. Easy breath. And as we continue to circle here, feeling the energy of our pelvis, maybe even the weight of the hips there, all the way down through our legs, through our feet. Let's imagine the color red swirling inside. Pelvis means bowl in Latin, and actually in French, it's le bassin, the basin. And so we are literally filling up this cup until it overflows, extending beyond the limits of our physical body, creating that circular energy around us as well as inside. And just notice and maybe even feel that color red. Is it a deep rouge? Is it veering toward pink? Begin to imagine the deeper range of colors, the spectrum of red swirling in and around your pelvis, your hips. Feeling the gentle push-pull through the legs, through the feet, grounding us, connecting us to the earth. Until you're really full of that color red, that spectrum of red. And then bring your mind's eye, maybe even a tactile touch, to your sacrum, that space just below the belly button. Sacrum means sacred bone. And it's both part of our pelvis and our spine. Very, very special. Weight-bearing bone. And imagine and fill up your sacrum with the color orange. And again, notice, is it a nice burnt orange? Is it more like a light kumquat? Until that color inside begins to emanate around your sacrum. Almost like Jupiter's rings. Stirring up the energy within, connecting and merging without. And as you continue to circle the way that you are circling, just notice again, does the pace shift as well as the color? Does it get gooier? Does your body move as one piece? Do the feet begin to melt through the ground? Do the arms get softer? Just notice these things. That may or may not be happening for you. And then as we move our internal eye up toward our solar plexus, right below the breast, where our wonderful diaphragm lives, expanding and contracting, allowing for breath. And that color yellow to enter and spin around with us. And again, is it a lemon yellow? Is it very pale, almost like sand? Imagining your full spectrum of yellow until it bursts out of your solar plexus, all the way around your body. Feel your breath. How does it shift? Does it shift? And as we continue to ascend through the rainbow, we are remembering the reds that came before, the oranges that came before, the yellows that came before. Now settling into our green hearts. Again, what color green do you see? I tend to always see a spring green around the heart center. So we're going to begin to allow that spectrum of color to open. All the greens in and around, stirring your heart again until it bursts through and joins its friends below. And as we begin to see these rings circle, notice, are they in sync? Are they moving at their own pace? Are some in sync? Again, no need to change anything, just noticing. Opening up the blue of our throat. Easy breath. Here it might be really nice to just open the mouth. Breathing in through the mouth and out. Feeling the deep well and expansiveness around our throat. Finding all the blues spinning in and around that well until it overflows. Seeing all the colors so far merge into the beautiful rainbow that they are. This spectrum, this wavelength of light, really. And then reaching our internal eye up to our indigo third eye. That space between the forehead, between the brows. Almost like a beacon or a lighthouse. The indigo circles inside our skull and again bursts forth, creating this beautiful Saturn's ring around our crown, around our temples. And again, feeling all the indigos, all the shades. Until it bursts through the crown of the head, becoming violet and purples of all colors, of all shades, of the entire spectrum. And like a beautiful violet floodlight shooting out of the crown of your head, circling its own orbit all the way up to the clouds. Easy breath. Again, noticing your circle physically. Has it shifted? How are those colors merging or swirling in and around you? Letting them all expand a bit larger beyond your physical shape and form, creating this beautiful bubble of rainbow, filling up your room, maybe bursting through the windows, the ceiling, the walls, the floor. And then taking, almost like we're turning the dial down, taking a moment or two to find stillness in this, again, physical, dense form, while that more etheric layer of us, or layers of us, continues to swirl in its rainbow magic and majesty, filling up the space with this beautiful light and color. And feeling the feels of your body. I'm feeling a bit tingly in my fingers and toes. Feel pretty light in my torso. Just notice these things that may be moving in and through you. And then begin to allow your head and eyeballs maybe even to open, looking down and up. Almost like we are tracking this rainbow around us, allowing the connection of our head to our neck to lift our chest and soften the chest. And then that lift of the chest connecting into the solar plexus, back down to the sacrum, all the way to the pelvis. So there's this undulation, this wavelength within us, within our physical dense form. And again, my eyes tend to open and close at will, so allow yourself to see internally and externally as much as you'd like. Let the arms begin to hang by your sides, feeling this undulation through your body, this seated cat-cow, and all the expansiveness in and around, up, down, side to side, every way. Let's begin to energize a little bit deeper through our arms, as if we are digging and aerating the earth, spiraling in and out. Being and staying connected to that rainbow in and around us, almost expanding it with these arm gestures, this really our wings expanding. Thinking less about, again, doing the movement and just letting it in. If it looks different, so be it. Getting a little bit heavier and deeper in the pelvis and legs. Digging deeper with our fingers in the nice moist soil. Staying present both in our physical dense body and that etheric rainbow body that we created. Keeping this wavelength through our spine, and then brushing away, pulling in, brushing away, pulling in. Goodbye what we don't need, welcome what we do. Soft hands, no tension, though we might feel energized. Brushing away the dust, creating space for something new and wonderful and colorful to enter. Growing into our wings. Again, pulling in, expanding out, receiving, giving. Letting the breath magnify the movement. Feeling or beginning maybe to feel the edges of that rainbow bubble surrounding us. Perhaps pushing the edges, growing with every reach, deepening with every scoop in. It's as important to receive as it is to give. embracing the space all around us. Opening our hearts to receive even more. As if we're floating in that rainbow bubble past the clouds, up into the stars. Knowing that we are safe, hugged by the space around us. Reaching in to our throat, opening up to the sky, down to the earth, yawning up, melting down. Floating in the stars, so that when we reach down, we can touch the earth. Maybe opening your eyes and seeing the expanse of infinity above, endlessness. We're here in our physical dense body, but we are also there out in space with spirit, with source. Holding our third eye in the cup of our hands, circling and opening, stretching the eye. Helping our pineal gland open and see even deeper. Letting our head ebb and fall into the hands. Almost like we have these little wings floating us higher and higher. Still, as we ascend, we're feeling the groundedness of our pelvis, of our feet. Extending overhead, creating this beautiful mohawk overhead. This beautiful rainbow overhead. Creating another dimension to this sphere of light and color surrounding us. Waving length into our spine. Are all the colors present to you? Is one more prominent? Let the arms release and settle. Let yourself come to stillness and feel the feels. Are there tingly, alive spots? I feel like I'm sitting on the top of the earth, with my head in the stars, expansive and light. I know that I'm here on my stool, but I feel extremely floaty. And notice, where's your breath? What about that rhythm of your heart? Take a moment to maybe flutter the eyes open or keep them closed. And begin just to take a really gentle, with ease, circle in the opposite direction from when we began. Taking a moment to come back down, potentially from space, settle into your dense physical body. Stirring the rainbow around and almost pulling all the colors back inside your tissue, your bones, your organs. Finding stillness when you're ready. Taking that scan, feet into the ground, up through the legs, pelvis into the seat, spine, shoulders, arms, neck, jaw, head. And I hope that you can take this energy with you and come back to receive whenever you need to. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to moving with you next time.